separates them. Trinity College 17, Royal College 16. Sean Althoff, the game changer in the first leg. Now it all comes down to the second leg, where every tackle, every try, and every decision could make history. Who will lift the Bradby Shield? It's all or nothing.
Good afternoon and welcome to Pallekelle Stadium as we look out over this picturesque ground for what is going to be an outstanding game of rugby. We are ready. We hope you are ready at home, and the gentlemen on your screen are definitely ready. They've been waiting for this moment for 2 weeks, and somebody who's been waiting for this moment perhaps for 10 years is in the commentary box with me. Sudarshan Apiri's former Trinity College hooker joins us. It's one of those days that Trinitians thought would never come, but now that it's here, you're biting on your fingernails, Sudarshana.
Beautiful. Pallekelle host the 78th Bradby Shield second leg. Here, all of these young men can rewrite history. Royal will be after their own, and Trinity College will want to make sure after 2014 that they have full claim to this shield. Here at Pallekelle, yes, Shanaka, what a game it will be, and very warm welcome to all our viewers joining us here at Pallekelle.
Yes, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are tuning in to watch this game, welcome to the Bradby coverage here on the Papare.com, and what a stunning ground and what a stunning shot as we take our drone in and bring it out over the under-16 game which is currently being played for the Simitra Rachi Trophy, and that is being led by the home team by 7 points to 5 at the moment. Of course, that's not anything that will be a precursor, of course, to the big match that is coming up in just a few moments. The 78th Bradby Shield encounter, the second leg, is what we are waiting for. 29 degrees Celsius, the minimum temperature of 23. It feels nice, it feels much cooler than that actually, and a wind speed of 14 kilometers per hour. It is a little cloudy up here, Sudarshan, and the clouds are building up in the background as well. There has been a few showers a little earlier on in the day, and now with the breeze picking up, we don't really know whether the weather is going to play a factor.
We will hope that it won't, because both teams showed capability of running rugby last leg, Shanik, and we will be hoping that they can continue to do that, and that's a tally. Trinity will want to make sure that they become the first to make 240. I remember you making a comment a couple of years back. Seems like Royal will be first, despite Trinity being at 39. Trinitians will be all out to change that here at the 78th Bradby Shield.
Yes, this was a much further stacked apart in terms of in favor of Trinity before this last 10-year run came into being, Sudarshana. So Royal have really been dominant, and they are going for the record equaling 6 in a row. They've won it 5 years in a row so far. Of course, there were a couple of draws and of course a couple of games that didn't happen because of COVID. But the fact remains that the last few games have been entirely, or the last few Bradbys I should say, have been going entirely in favor of Royal. But one thing that is in favor of Trinity is the fact that if you look at the amount of games that have been won and lost, then Trinity have won 7 and Royal have won 10. The gap is not as large as the Bradby tally will show you.
100% Shanik, a couple of years ago, Trinity played Royal thrice, won 2 games but lost the Bradby and also the league game. So there could be instances, despite winning that match, if you don't see it through, you have to make sure that you see it through so that your results will come. Here at the Bradby, second leg at home for the Trinitians, Royalists are making sure that they continue their winning spree.
This is a Royal team. They will be very happy that they underperformed in the last game, Sudarshana, in the first leg, but still came away with just a 1-point deficit. Many of us watching that game thought that perhaps Trinity should have managed to win that game by a little more than they actually did, to just give themselves a little bit of a cushion. But Thiven Pereira, who's there in that black knee stocking, will know that his team are absolutely in it. It's as if they are playing the game with just one leg in this Bradby Shield encounter.
I think that will work in the favor of the Trinitians as well, rather than having a 10-point lead to chase at, as we take a look at the Grand Old Lady at Colombo 7. This will for sure bring back a lot of nostalgic memories to a lot of the Royalists who are away from home, not able to be here at the Bradby. joining us from different parts of the world.
A very familiar school for me. Played a lot of sport in there. Made many friends in there as well. This is this big Royal Hall where I've been to many a debate. Sudarshana just is one of these all-encompassing schools. The motto on top, standing proud over Reed Avenue.
A picture school located in the prime real estate of the country, and have made sure that they compete in all fronts.
And here they are, their representatives. The Reed Avenue boys are up here in Pallekelle, up in the hills. And they will know that they have only one job to do, and that is defend the Bradby with all their lives.
They will be equal to the task. As here in the hills, the Lions will feel a little more eager. It's that end here at where the river, lake and mountain meet. The proud institution from 1872 have been drilling out impeccable personalities. One of the pioneers in starting schools rugby in Sri Lanka, having played the initial game in 1906, are now playing for the continuous 118th year. The lovely Casterblock, the personal favorite Shanaka, and of course the crown jewel of Trinity College.
Yes, I was just going to ask you, what time is service tomorrow morning, Sudarshan? No, you don't know? Probably 7:30. I'll check with the principal. But yes, looking out, and Trinity, I think one of the reasons you guys' conditioning is so good is there's so many stairs in the school, Sudarshana, and a lot of walking involved. So we always used to have this aura about Trinitians that they were always fitter than we were back down in Colombo, living flat near the ocean. But here's one guy who knows how to win. Can he teach his little protege next to him, Shan Altaf, how to be one of the best fly halves that the country has ever seen?
Fazil Marija marshalling his troops just before they go into the shed and come out to try and recreate that shield.
So Fazil, teammates with the backs coach on the other side of the field, Radhika Hettiarachi. They played together for Kandy as well as Sri Lanka, and they will know each other well. Yako Dewitt, that is, blowing play in the first leg. Idris Farooq kicking off, and Trinity coming up on the right end of the driving maul last time.
Yeah, that was important for Trinity to try and dominate the area where Royal fall back to. And they did it beautifully and managed to put pressure early in the game, and that drop goal, Shanaka, the centenary game between Trinity and Kingston College, was lost because of a couple of drop goals like that. And when that happens in front of you, you pretty much feel helpless, and Trinity managed to arrest that and make sure that they go the distance in that game.
Outstandingly taken drop goal as well, and 17 points to 16. The officials high-fiving themselves as well, and the boys shaking hands knowing that they will meet each other in a fortnight's time, and that is exactly what we're looking forward to today. So in the first leg, 17 points to 16, Trinity taking the slenderest of 1 point gaps into this hill capital, and there were 1 try, 1 conversion for Royal, and 3 penalties exchanged, and just the difference between that conversion and the drop goal from Shan Altaf, which made the difference. Altaf was the man of the match in the first leg, and he won't mind if he's not the man of the match in the second leg, as long as his team end up on the right side of the scoreboard. It is going to be a fabulous encounter. It's one of the most anticipated Bradby Shield legs that I have seen in the recent past. Royal has been dominant over the last 10 years, and to tell us a bit more about what this might be like, for the first time feeling like they are looking down the barrel of perhaps the first defeat, Abdullah, in a long time. Is that something that the Royalists are actually worried about?
Well, I'm sure it is playing a part in their mind, Shanaka, but they just got to put that behind them, that first leg performance. No doubt they'll be pretty disappointed with the way things panned out in that game. just need to approach this game as a completely new one. It will be a winner-takes-all battle, isn't it? So, all in all, Trinity expects, Candy expects, and I'm sure the Royal supporters expect as well that their team will bounce back from that shock defeat in the first leg.
The Royal teachers, the Trinity supporters, and everyone watching all around the world will be having their hearts in their mouths perhaps over the next 70 minutes or so as we look out over this wonderful ground. And these are the results of the last 10 years, a decade in which the Tuskers have been absolutely dominant. Tharinda Ratwatha's 2014 Trinity team managing to win against Royal quite comprehensively with an 8-point victory. 2015, Royal won comprehensively as well. They were a league champion side. And then 2016 was that tied Bradby here up in Pallekelle, and 17, 18 and 19 Royal winning handsomely, and 22 and 23 Trinity getting a little bit closer, and 2024 we're waiting to see whether it's going to be red or gold.
But Trinity supporters will be hoping that it becomes red, because otherwise red goes out of the equation here when we come back next year for the next 10 years. So Trinitians will be coming all out to try and defend and regain their honor here at Pallekelle.
We've had it all paid for, Abdullah. When you look at that statistic, when you look at that graphic, everything's happened. Trinity have won, Royal have won, we've had not played, we've had a tie, we've really had everything, and we might have everything in the next 70 minutes also.
Oh, most definitely. I think the way these two teams have played this season, that's more than possible. So what we'll do now is we'll go in for a quick commercial break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk or call 0117 756 756. Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Radials. The road is yours.
Scrum down at the Dubai Rugby Sevens. Feel the adrenaline rush with thrilling Sevens games, indulge in top-notch rugby entertainment, and tackle a variety of sporting activities. Fly to Dubai on an exclusive Emirates Holidays package inclusive of a 3-day pass starting at 275,000 rupees only from Aiken Spence Travels. Call Aiken Spence Travels now.
NDB Neos තියදී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න. Real energy for real life. Ride.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
Scrum down at the Dubai Rugby Sevens. Feel the adrenaline rush with thrilling Sevens games, indulge in top-notch rugby entertainment, and tackle a variety of sporting activities. Fly to Dubai on an exclusive Emirates Holidays package inclusive of a 3-day pass starting at 275,000 rupees only from Aiken Spence Travels. Call Aiken Spence Travels now.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
Hot and spicy fun by Nigga Mara Karanga. Beat a remake Karanga Tavinda. Hada Bawala and Ginder Fashion Karanga. Fun Kurana Kotumi Kiki Kolenda. Prima Kotumi Fun Tamai.
NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න. Real energy for real life. Ride.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Coloma, beautiful outside and inside.
ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill වෙන්න lemon
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Car radials. The road is yours.
It is my vision that wakes me up, not my alarm. I make mistakes, but I will never be defeated.
My biggest competitor is myself.
Vibe account from Commercial Bank for the youth who think beyond limits. Coloma, beautiful outside and inside.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
Swistek Aquashield 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
Swistek Aquashield 2K waterproofer. සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
What a picturesque ground this is. Probably one of the best looking rugby grounds in the world, bar none. And we're going to come up with a piece of entertainment, I think, in the next 70 minutes between these two sides that is going to do justice to its setting. I have in the commentary box with me a Trinityan and a Royalist, both nervous for two very different reasons. Former Royal captain Abdullah Yusuf and Sudarshan Apir is from a Trinity hooker. And it's going to be a game like no other for the Royalists. Abdullah, they're chasing the game, but not chasing it badly enough that they need to throw the kitchen sink. But at the same time, they need to make sure that they score first and try to settle those nerves.
Yes, absolutely, Shanika. That's going to be crucial. Not just the nerves, but also just to give them a little bit of confidence. I'm sure that would have been shattered by what happened at their home ground a couple of weeks ago. So as you very correctly said, they will definitely want to get off to a good start and probably try and keep this Trinity crowd quiet, isn't it? Trinity, it's been a long wait for them, 10 whole years. And this is how has looked.
We were taking a small lead into the second leg. This is what it has looked like. And the first time was in 2010. Just a 1-point lead into the second leg there as well. And Royal managing to come away with that one. And then, of course, in 2015, Bhanuka Gamage's league-winning Royal side underperformed in the first leg. They managed to win by just a point and then absolutely smashed Royal at the complex by 49 points to nil. So it has been a bit of a one-sided result the last time this happened. The last time Trinity took a 1-point lead they were absolutely smashed in the second leg. Sudarshana Peiris, you're hoping that won't repeat itself.
So I think one of the best things that happened to the Trinity side, because they know they gave away about 10 to 15 points on that day on the field, that they only have 1 point. So equation, very simple. Win this game, win the Bradby. So you do not have to think about calculations, points, and overcomplicate things. What Trinity will be looking at is to make sure that they try and dominate that. Winning the Shield after losing the first leg, Trinitians have done that more often than Royal did. Royal did just last year as well, and they will be hoping that they can try and repeat that here at Pallekelle.
Well, that's a good thing for Royal, isn't it, Abdullah? You've got a team that's been there and done this before. They've come back, addressed a deficit and managed to win the Shield back. So there are plenty of players in this side who would have done that already, and they must be having the confidence that it's no big deal.
Well, they definitely have the confidence. I'm not quite sure about the no big deal factor, Shanaka. It's also what you have to keep in mind is that Royal won that second leg at home. They are up here in Pallekelle. It's an entirely different environment. So they'll need to absolutely be at their best if they are to pull this game off.
Like you rightly said, Shanaka, some of these players who are in this team were in that team that lost here at Pallekelle. So those can be facts that Royal will want to try and address early, because some of the Trinitians in that team dominated this team last time around.
Abdullah, when you were playing, Pallekelle was not in action yet. We used to play either in Bogambara or, well, it was just in Bogambara, but you may have played one leg here. And what does it feel like coming to the Pallekelle ground as opposed to the other Kandy grounds?
Well, it was interesting, Shanaka, because the first game of the Bradby was played here in 97. And after that, there was a long lapse. So these are the top try scorers for Royal. Fahad Nazar scored one try in that first leg, and Idris Farouk was very good with the boot, and he'll need to be on point today if Royal are to annex the Shield for another year.
Fahad Nazar has been an underrated player for Royal this year. Abdullah, he took his try really well, took it as poacher's try close to the line. But he is one of the key factors today. That back three of Royal will need to counter Shan Altaf's kicking.
Yes, that's going to be a big part of this game. Even if you go back to last year's first leg as well, the game just turned on its head when Shan Altaf just started kicking brilliantly in that second half. Till then, at the first half, Royal were cruising, and it's just like his kicking game took the game away from Royal. Royal did not manage that part of the game well, so I'm sure they would have analysed and worked on that for this game. And as you can see, Sudarshan would like to speak about the heroes, you'd have to say, of the first leg for Trinity.
Interesting to note also, Sudarshan and Abdullah, that there are only two players who are on the point scoring list. So it's the kickers and one other try scorer. That's what's common about this first leg.
And both being wingers as well. Murad Raisan getting that try for Trinity, which came off the boot of Shan Altaf, if there were any called assist in the game of rugby. But Shan putting up tremendous performance. There have been 2 drop goals scored in this entire season of schools rugby. First one against St. Thomas's here at Pallekelle by Shan Altaf, the second rest at Royal Complex. So he has that knack. He's looking for that. Being a footballer, you want to try and get into the game early, and you want to be everywhere. Royal will be privy to it. Royal will want to send some of their big boys at Shan Altaf and try and keep him quiet, because it's a confidence game, Shankar. You need to make sure that the opposition fly half does not have the same confidence or the aura he wants to try and put in the game.
Yes, he's going to be the cynosure of all eyes wherever you're watching this game. But from the back of the Royal scrum, he's going to be the focal point. The first penalty was from 38 meters out, and it's nice to see these schoolboys stepping up, Abdullah, with 40-meter kicks, which were not usual back in the day.
Yes, it just shows the level of confidence and the skill as well, isn't it? So it was also the match-winning drop goal. So that just shows the pressure he was under at that stage. Because at that point, Royal had a slender lead as well. So Royal will just absolutely need to keep an eye on this boy because he's going to be pivotal. When he plays well, Trinity plays well. I think that's just the bottom line. So it's also when it comes to the kicking game as well, Shanagar, Royal, the back three will need to manage it because they don't want to get caught behind with that kick and get their forwards to keep running behind. I felt that happened in big way in that second leg last year. So that entire game management is going to be absolutely important.
We're going for a break at Pallekelle and be back just after this.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා. බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
Swiss Tech Skim Coat finish එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One? Wait, really? Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk.
Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One? Wait, really? Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
Swiss Tech Tile Adhesive අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Beautiful outside and inside.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
හැමසිතක්ම පිපිදේ රස ලෙමන් රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් මැලිබන් ලෙමන් පෆ් chill වෙන්න ලෙමන්
එක.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One? Wait, really? Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus, enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
A very good afternoon. If you're just joining us, welcome to the picturesque Pallekelle Stadium as we eagerly anticipate the kicking off of the second leg of the 78th Bradby Shield encounter, the match and the fixture that everyone looks forward to throughout the season. Regardless of whichever school you're from, you cannot help but appreciate the tradition and the long legacy of this fixture and the way that it has been played between these two schools. It has left all the neutrals asking who is going to win this game. It has left all the students and the loyalists of both camps wishing that their team is going to win this game. But we will find out what the answers to all those questions are in the next 70 minutes or so as the band waits to greet the two teams with their school songs. And of course the stadium is still filling up. Joining me in the commentary box, former Royal captain Abdullah Yusuf and former Trinity hooker Sudarshan Apiris. Gentlemen, it is going to be a match for the ages. We were talking about Shan Altaf before we went into the break. What kind of pressure is he going to be under? Does he handle it well? What is your feedback from the side, Sudarshan?
So to see it, both the teams making their way to the ground. Yes, Shanak, I think Altaf is going to be a crucial part in today's game. Just all facets that he brings it with his strengths, his ability to read the game. But the Royal will do well to not try and give him too much front football and too much time on the ball as well. The third rows will have a big part to play in that. As well as before the break, we were talking about the back three, how they manage and counter Shan Altaf's kicking game. I think that's going to be crucial in the final analysis as well.
One other man that we've neglected to talk about and probably shouldn't, Abdullah, is Idris Farooq. I think he has been outstanding so far for Royal, and he's got that steel in his eyes. He's got that glint which says, look, everyone's talking about the opposition number 10. I'm a young fly half too. Let me show them today what I've got.
Yeah, absolutely. And always for any team, isn't it, the number 10's game is going to be absolutely crucial. How tactically he manages it. He's a running fly half as well, so if the forwards can give him some good front football, he's got the ability to get behind that first line of defense. And of course with the boot, he can be brilliant as well. So both number 10s are going to be crucial for their respective teams' performance today.
Especially given the fact that they are going to be going on that points game. Shanika, points on offer, you will have to take it. And Farooq, what he has done is he's made sure that Royal has options when it comes to spot kicking as well. He's been very good, his radar has been good, and he also packs a punch in his kicks. So he will be very, very important for this Royal team.
Sudarshan, another point here in Pallekelle, isn't it? If you make a good connection with your kick, I think you will get good value for money as well, isn't it? Because it tends to travel at a slightly higher altitude as well. So it also takes a bit of adjustment from both fly halves as well. Altaf will be much more used to these conditions. Idris Farooq will need to be a bit more mindful with that factor when he does execute his talent.
A few missed touch kicks from the complex as well, Abdullah. That's something that they would definitely have been working on for Altaf. And of course, this is a much bigger ground as well. It is much wider, so that's something that they need to take into consideration as well. 2 minutes silence for Shabir Ahmed, who passed away tragically at the start of the season for Trinity. solemn moment at Pallekelle as Father Araleo leads us in prayer. After the prayer, the crowd will join in 1 minute silence in memory of Shabir Ahmed. We're back live at the Pallekelle Stadium as we look out onto this ground that I just can't get enough pictures of. These drone shots have been absolutely fantastic on the Papare production. Congratulations to the camera crew and the Papare crew for what they've been managed to show us today. What a picture as we look at the two teams, Trinity on the left, Royal on the right, waiting for the biggest moment of their young sporting lives so far.
Really cannot not mention the hard work that has been put into this ground. It looks absolutely green everywhere, every inch and corner of this field. So a lot of work has been done on this surface. And one of those standout personalities is, of course, the beloved Raja. If we can try and find him as we go into the Royal School anthem.
True to our word. will honor yet the school we knew, the best school of all. We will honor yet the rule we knew, till the last bell call. For a working days or holidays, and glad or melancholy days, they were great days and jolly days at the best school of all.
The school songs are done. Just the introductions of the chief guest captain of 2005. Mr. Manoj Jat is to be made, accompanied by, of course, his host, Father Aralia. You can see the tension even in the eyes of the chief guest, Sudarshana. All the Trinitians, bar none, are expecting that this is going to be a close one, and closer than they've been for a long time.
Skipper of the 1985 team here as the chief guest. Like Sean mentioned, every Trinity heart here will be beating for the Alliance to go in and make sure that they put in a stellar performance.
But for the Royalists, Abdullah, it's not so much like winning it at home as coming into the Lions' Den and pulling off an unfancied victory.
Absolutely. Take that famous cliche like cornered tigers, they need to come out. Will definitely be hurting Shanag, you'd have to say, after that performance. They blew a 13.8 lead at home. That would have definitely stung their pride, no doubt. Sure, the build-up over the last couple of weeks to this game would have been quite edgy. There's no doubt about that. Just need to come and execute out here today. And also another very important fact is the penalty count is Nishanaga 15-8. That played a big part. Royals' discipline was found wanting. They'll need to really brush up in that area. Be much more accurate than what they were in that first leg.
And although we talked a lot about a fast open game, Abdullah, in that first leg, there were 23 penalties in all as Royal College lead out with Tinat Gamage, Nakib Mohammed, Yehan Rajasinghe, Yehan Veerasurya and Bhuvaneka Seranayake, the two stalwarts in that second row. Ayash Shyam moves from number 8 to number 6. Senuja Rajasinghe stays at number 7 to help with the lineouts, and Disas Patirana comes from 12 to 8 and off the bench into the starting lineup. Savista Fernando, Idris Farooq, that will be a combination to look out for. Amika Samarasinghe was great in the first leg. Nabil Yahya recovers from injury to take his place next to his captain Tiven Pereira. Fahad Nasar, the try scorer, will look to add to that record, and Yuan Patirana, the enigmatic fullback for Royal. Yatavara Marika, Akram Vijayawardena, Aman, Vikramaratna, Mohideen, Lakdip, Jayadinu and Jayasurya make up the bench. And in the starting 15 for Trinity College, Ryan Satish Kumar, Yasri Aryavansa, Serula Alexander, Dinusha Piris and Menuda Vijayakuna was outstanding in the first leg. Ravin Ilangaratna, Dinot Vijayaratna makes a comeback into the side. Tisanka Disanayaka is at number 8, the captain in the absence of his original captain Anuhas Korituaku. Sean Altaf, the man that we've all been talking about, Minula Yadahige, comes into the number 11 position. Usman Sarfraz has been a rock this season. Udisha Ratnayaka will be looking to improve from his first leg performance, as Murad Raisan, the try scorer, is just one ahead of the last line of defense, who will be called upon today, I would think, Yaman Hulangamua. Thomas Silva Watagoda Kumarasinghe drops from the starting lineup to the bench today. Fernando Abdin Premachandra Bandaranayaka, also a colorsman, on the bench, and Vanasinghe and Nazir.
Interesting changes from Trinity College, and of course considerations to Anuhas Korituaku, the skipper, started the season but unfortunately will be missing out the two Bradbys due to injury. Braden Hudson, the man in the middle for the second leg.
Akil Jamaldin is the only member of the first leg officials that remain in the lineup. Idris Farooq looks to the heavens, Braden Hudson surveys his charges, and the drone looks over all of us, Abdullah. A couple of changes for the match ball dropping in, and Farooq makes sure he doesn't dropped that one, catches it nice and safe, and tells his forwards exactly where he's going with that kick. It's to number 3, Abdullah. It's going to be a couple of changes in the back row for Royal. How do you see that going?
There's a more positional change than anything else. Dasis moves back to the number 8 position.
We're good to go.
Shan Altaf to his more familiar number 6 blindside role.
Captain! Good to go.
So it'll be interesting to see how that positional change has an impact on this game.
Braden Hudson says, let's go, and we're underway in the second leg of the 78th Bradby Shield. The ball kicked immediately down to Hulangamua, who thinks nothing of it and unleashes a bomb of his own. And here's Yuan Patirana, that left-footed fullback. Shan Altaf comes up, and they've chased well. Royal now catching him with Nabil Yahya, and a brilliant counter-ruck by the Royal forwards. Nabil Yahya now carries it into the 22. Royal were always going to start fast. Fernando. Run by Seranayaka there. Fernando again. Veerasurya in the line. Here's a little step from Yuan Patirana. Tries to get his hands free, but just not enough room. As Samarasinghe again rucks and rucks well. Here's Mohammed, Naqib Mohammed. Good start by Royal, keeping the continuity. Here's Ayaz Shyam, smashed back in the tackle. It was Shreyan who made that tackle. It's a little bit of backline play from this Patirana, who has played in the backs before as well. He's a centre cum back rower. Here's Fernando now with a long ball out to Veerasurya. Fernando again. Here's some numbers for Royal. Now Yuan Patirana opts to go for the grubber. And it's the first score for Royal. That was easy as you like. Yuan Patirana with the little grubber through. And he was making it look so easy. Abdullah, we wondered whether the whistle had gone.
For a moment I thought whether that was not the correct option, Shanaka, but he realized that there was no one behind the first line of defense. Absolutely brilliant by the Royal fullback. We talk about silencing this Pallekelle crowd. That's exactly what Royal have done with that start.
Thank you so much.
They built up some wonderful phases, managed to draw that the Trinity defense up. And Patirana just some wonderful vision, just having a look at that once again, right through Shan Altaf's legs. And there was no one at the back. And Patirana with a celebration before he even caught the ball. And going over under the post within the first couple of minutes, and just the start Royal would have wanted.
What happened there was Royal went end to end with their faces. They built up the faces, built up on that. Trinity is found guilty of not rolling away soon enough so that the jackler can come and affect that ball. They were caught napping twice, and just that kick, nobody bothered to chase around that ball. It was a second thought or an afterthought to chase that ball, and Trinity paying the price of not exiting from their red zone.
What confidence from Yuan Patirana, the way he took that try, and the coolness in the young man's head to run around under the posts as well to make sure Royal got the extra points. And it's 7 points to 0. Royal with a 6-point lead, but plenty of time to go in this game. 67 minutes of them, in fact. Shan Altaf puts Trinity in the Royal half for the first time. Picked up by Samarasinghe. Pumps his legs and gains some valuable post-contact meters. Nice run by Gamage, who has been central to this big Royal pack. Hulangamua will find Altaf. Altaf will step back in and look for the long kick towards the touchline. Fielded well by Patirana, who's on his favoured left foot. Looks like that ball might just have had a little bit too much. And that was as a result, again, of Altaf's kicking, making sure he didn't give the receiver any options there, Abdullah.
Yeah, well weighted kick as well. Patirana was caught right on the touchline. Just tried to swing it in, but just couldn't do so.
Over here, Max here.
Heavily stepped Nabil Yahya will be crucial to Royal's chances of making sure that they go back with the shield. Trinity on the other hand, crucial line out. This is an area they dominated the first leg. They need to do exactly that here at the second leg.
You cannot leave the line out. You cannot have two receivers. If you shift in and out, you can have two receivers.
So very clear. Braden Hudson saying you can't have two receivers. So if you put one player into the line out, then you've got to drop one back, but you can't just drop one back. That time they managed to win the line out despite all that movement. Vijay Kuhn was the man.
Down by Trinity, no!
Down by Trinity is the call, so there's no collapse. Vijay Kuhn with a bandaged head. Shan Altaf now looking for Udisha, and there's a little bit of space opening up now, but cutting back into the field of play was Raizan. Manages to make it available for Vijay Kuhn. Nice hands from Trinity. Here's Tisanka Disanaka, but the ball goes behind, and coming back off his left wing that time was Yadahige. Hands from Trinity once again, and they're going a little lateral. Pulangamur just can't get it away. Vijay Kuhn goes back right now. Lovely tackle that time by Senanayake, but unfortunately they went straight off their feet, so the good tackle is undone. And Tisanka Disanayake just checking with the bench whether they had to go for posts or not.
Yes, well, that was one thing. Both teams in that first leg were guilty of leaving points on the field, not taking it when it came their way, and I don't think they'll do that mistake as we have a look at that. Wonderful tackle by Senanayake, but just pretty careless by his supporting forward. It was, I think it was Rajasinghe, just not staying on his feet. This is the kind of discipline that we were talking beforehand, Shanaka. Royal just need to be on point in that regard. You can't gift penalties because the man on your screen will definitely make you pay.
The Papare band shuts down momentarily for Shan Altaf to line up this first chance of points for Trinity. Can they hit back immediately to that crowd silencing try by Yuan Pathirana? Has absolutely no problem as he bisects the post, and the crowd have found their voice again. Shan Altaf puts Trinity on the board.
3 points to 7. Now Trinity need to arrest this momentum because points is going to be the name of the game. You win this game, you win the Bradby. That's the simple equation for the Trinitians, and like Shanaka rightfully mentioned, 70 minutes to go.
Well, the joy is evident on the face of the Trinity supporters who've gathered here in their numbers. But what matters is what they will be feeling in 63 minutes' time. Here's Ujita. Little chip kick through. And maybe that wasn't the best one as Fernando now has a little bit of space. Samarasinghe keeps going. No! This is where you mentioned earlier, Sudarshana, that they failed to exit as Nakib Mohammed drives this one forward strongly, the big hooker. In the line, distributing is Veera Surya. This has Pathirana with a long pass out. Should they perhaps have gone through the hands? Tisanka Disanayake does well to leave that ball alone. Veera Surya. Gamage, usually such a strong carrier of the ball, and missing a crucial possession there.
What Trinity have done well is to defend Royal one-on-one, but in order to try and dominate Royal, you need to dominate that contact area, Shanaka. You can't just tackle and leave them. I know they're trying to get more men on the line defensively, but you got to commit a couple of players who are going to be tackle assist, and the tackler needs to roll away so that you can try and challenge for that ball.
Looks like it's a deliberate tactic by Trinity not to compete at the breakdown earlier on in this game. Sudarshana, we'll see how that plays out in the second half of the match, of course, because they will be maybe hanging on to a little bit of gas. First scrum of the game, taken off the back by Tisanka Disanayake, nicely held on to by Senanayake there in the scrum cap. Good tackle made, and Vijay Kuhn now puts this one high. Didn't see a lot of box kicking from the...
That's pressure and momentum coming the other way of Trinity. Vijay Kuhn recognizing that space and making sure that he puts in a contestable kick. It wasn't overcooked. So Royal did not have time when the chasers commit to those kind of kicks that have potential, you can put teams under pressure.
Yes, I thought Vijay Konda executed the base kicks from in that first game as well brilliantly. Lot of height in that ball and a bit of confusion between the Royal halves combination, resulting in that knock on.
The ball knocked back initially, came back off the boot of Idris Farooq, and that's why it wasn't a penalty, because it was only accidental. There was no way Fernando could have gotten out of the way of that, nor did he play the ball deliberately. So if you're wondering at home why it was a penalty, it's because it was accidental. Tisanka Dissanayake looks like he wants to have another go off the back here.
Head on!
But instead leaves it for Vijay Kun. Altaf now will take it to the line, little chip kick through. Bounces into space dangerously. And Usman is the first man to the ball.
No hands now, ball, leave it!
Royal were playing pinball there, watching it bounce. And another little chip. This one is a little longer. And Yuan Patirana cannot mark it. Touch, says the referee, and it's gone out. But it's out on the full, but it was touched, so that means it's not out on the full.
It's unfortunate for Trinity. The committed chaser getting a touch on that ball, and you thought that Yuan was found on the wrong foot here on the opposite side of the field.
But again, what a wonderful touch by Altaf, isn't it? He realized the Royal defense was coming up. Just that little punt, getting almost falling into his three-quarters, chasing three-quarters hands. Now Royal defensive line will be in two minds, isn't it? Whether to rush up or hand back. It's just mercurial talent is that young man.
A little bit of disruption from Trinity, but not enough to stop the Royal Mall forming, and now they have got a bit of a march on. The first opportunity for Royal. Nabil Farooq holds it in, the Nakib Farooq rather holds it in at the back.
Same maul!
Same maul, says referee Hudson. And it is a penalty. No, it's not. In fact, it's not coming out.
Lovely work by Senul Alexander, who was in the same maul. Continued going straight. He did not go round. Continued going straight and got the man with the ball, brought it down, and Trinity winning position. Yes, Royal had that initial march on, but it looked like they did not have the direction where they wanted to end up.
Yes, I think Nakib Mohammed needed to break off from that maul, decided to hang in just for that 1 second too long, and the Trinity forward was brilliant in just holding on to that and bringing it to ground.
The value of having props who enjoy this kind of thing, Abdullah. Vijay Kun leaves it in the tunnel. Here's Altaf. They'll look to run now.
That's taken back!
Taken back is the call. Might not find touch, so that won't matter. But here's Idris Farooq, who was covering the touchline beautifully. Release tackle is the call. Ulangamur not listening and giving away the penalty.
Fall down, please. Fall down. Gentlemen, just go back to the 10, please. Leave the ball here. Back to the 10. Back to the 10. Take your boys back. Time off.
Time off is a call from referee Braden Hudson. He wants to have a word.
I'm just going to explain what I've seen. I've got a lifting tackle, clearly after the tackle. I just want to check the point of contact, because I'm unsure where the point of contact is.
That was a high tackle as well.
Okay. Do we need to check just to see where the point of contact is? Okay. So we're going TMO check.
Braden Hudson wanting a TMO check to check where the point of contact
checking
is.
Potential serious foul play against Trinity, please.
Serious foul play against Trinity, so he will go to the screen and have a review. At just 20 years of age, referee Hudson has 10 years of experience, having picked up the whistle at the age of 10.
This is the tackle that they're talking about. Well, I think he's talking about the hand of the Trinity tackler, Was it around the neck of Idris Farooq? That's what they're trying to talk about. Or is it this one, where there's a lift and he goes down, he leaves him? That's Yadda Hige.
Lifting tackle is after this, please.
That's the one they're looking at, I think. Perhaps the hand. Release is the call. Oh, and he's looking where he came down here.
25,
No force in that, but not
so I
sure.
see what I'm saying. There's clearly a tackle leader. There's no need for 25 to go in. It up. Me pointing contact on the back, so I'm at yellow card against Trinity 25. Do you agree? All agree? Happy with that? Okay. Captain in 25. Captain.
Well, let's have a look at what referee Braden Hudson says. I think we know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a yellow for Yadda Hige.
The tackle has clearly been completed. Number 25 has then gone into the tackle with an arm in between the legs, lifted the player up. He's gone well above the horizontal, pointed contact on the back, so it's a yellow card against 25. No, it's a yellow card. Off we go.
Extremely very technical. Braden Hudson explained it beautifully why Yadda Hige has to spend 10 minutes in the bench. It looked harmless, but the reason why he's sitting in the sin bin is because it was not needed at that point. The tackle had been completed.
Yes, it was not needed, but you have to look at the level of danger as well, and you can explain it as beautifully as you like, but it doesn't make the decision any less ridiculous.
Boys. Come on, boys. This is a bit silly. There's your mark. There's your mark. Hold your space. Not now. Not now. We'll play. Let's go. Let's play.
So this is where Royal will want to really strike this double blow. Taken at the front. Trinity didn't do well with the last ball. Let's see what they can do here. They've gone in and hold. Use it is the call. Fernando goes in after it. Tiven Pereira at fly half. Here's Nabil Yahya. Trinity going after the ball, but not with good enough effect. Naqib Mohammed. Not held is the call, so he can get up and go again as he does. Fernando. Rajasinghe.
Thank you. Good work. And use it.
Royal doing what they do best. Picking and going. Here's Idris Farooq. Shows and goes back into the heavy traffic. Fernando again with quick ball. Nabil Yahya. Tiven now looks to go. And here's Juan Patrina going in off his left boot and trying to step outside the defense. The ball is available. Trinity do well to get out of the way. Naqib stepping in. Royals number 7, Rajasinghe, featured. Shyam now. And here's Serenayaka, picks and goes. Fernando now with the numbers. Nabil Yahya. They've got numbers on the outside. This is Patrina. Here's Tiven Pereira. Looks for his captain's try, but it's something that the referee will want to check again. Tiven Pereira saw the opening, and with the numbers down on the outside.
So we need to check again. Okay. TMO.
Shakib Ahmed has given
Try
a
yes
word,
or no,
but
please.
referee Hudson would like to check one more time just to make sure. But again, Royal really doing well to exploit that one man down on the wing, Sudarshana.
Oh, lovely work by Royal College, and Usman doing very well, but has Tiven Pereira managed to touch down there? That arm of Tesanga may have just saved Trinity. There needs to be another angle to try and be conclusive. But whether Tiven managed to cross that line, I think this might provide a better look.
Well, he did cross the line. Of that, there is absolutely no doubt. He's got momentum, so that doesn't create a problem. There's no extra roll here. But does Tisanka Dissanayake
I haven't seen the ball down
manage to get his hand under the ball? Shakib Ahmed right on the spot. And unfortunately, with all the technology, we still can't provide the clearest angle.
From the other side.
So far, the referees have not seen a clear grounding, which is why they wanted to check it initially. Has the skipper from Trinity
at the moment, I'm not seeing a clear grounding there clearly. I've clearly got 8 coming in underneath the ball.
Or what would have been a very difficult one for Trinity to try and master.
So
back-to-back tries.
8's clear, so no try, held up, goal line drop out. Cool. No try! Hold up!
Well, there has been no clear observation of the grounding of the ball, so referee Hudson is compelled to give a held-up call and a goal line dropout, so Trinity will breathe again after being really under the pump.
Brilliant defensive work by the Trinity skipper.
We got a ball.
Just timing his dive in perfectly. Just like to see the Royal three-quarters running a bit more straight, isn't it, Shaniko? There was ample room, they had the numbers.
Come on!
Just drifting slightly across and cramping themselves up and allowing that Trinity defense to just come across.
Especially given the fact that they had Disas Patirina in the mix when that move happened, and he is in there for that to try and straighten things up and give them backs more space in the corners. Royal College looked like they had
behind the kicker. Behind the kicker.
One in front of Trinity with a difficult margin to catch, but here they are.
Not the longest of kicks from Shan Altaf. And now Yuan Patirana will look once again to get in on the action, looking for Disas Patirana. I'm not sure that was the best option taking by Patirana. So he put his namesake under a little bit of pressure. Looking at a potential there, but referee says play on. Nabil Yahya puts a little fend on, and this is a brilliant run from the diminutive number 12.
Thank you, 12.
The ball being knocked on a little bit over eager. The two tight 5 forwards there.
I'm quite sure they needed so many forwards there, Shanika. There was ample space out wide. The Trinity defense had been drawn in. If you can have a look at that once again. See the amount of space and numbers Royal had out wide. Not quite sure you want your tight head prop forward in that kind of situation.
But to be fair to him, he was running a nice angle, Abdullah. Got to give him something. But yes, this is where you need your midfielders. Here's where it is. And that was Nakib to Idris Farooq and Veera Surya. Again, you've got Tinetra Gamage, who saw the gap opening up. But you had so many players outside him which were not available on that camera angle.
Head in!
Vijay Kun still camped in the Trinity half. Was taken back, so Altaf can't put it out on the full. It's not a great kick from him. Patirana now looks for the up and under. Altaf. Patirana gets over the ball. And yes, that's a penalty coming, but it's just a knock-on advantage. Fernando. Here's Gamage looking to make amends. Fernando again for Farooq. Lovely ball across the face of the defense. Steven Pereira to Samara Singh again. Holding on is the call. In fact, it might be Fahad. In fact, Fahad Nazar in the number 11 jersey, even though he's playing on the right wing. So opportunity squandered there for Royal.
Tremendous work by the Trinity lock.
Away we go.
Paris
Away we go.
wanted to make sure that he try and post that ball, supported his body weight, and Altaf gets a few meters for his forwards. It's important that Trinity try and dominate this part of the game, the line out.
So as we have a look at that great work by the Trinity second row, had all the rights to the ball. I think Padrina was caught a bit too high going into that ruck, so couldn't clear the man. Nothing I've observed, Sudarshan, maybe you can just shed a bit of light on it. I noticed Altaf is kicking the ball relatively flat here. We'll come back to that.
Vijay Kun off the top of a quick line out. Here's Usman, and here's it picked up quickly by Ranasinghe. And Royal turned the ball over, and they have a man over on the outside, but unfortunately, Vivian Pereira leaves it for that man who wasn't expecting it.
It's been the second time that Royals did not want to do anything with the ball, had nothing to do with the ball, just let it bounce. At Trinity, we should find themselves very lucky because here was a pass to no man.
Well, Usman expecting his captain to run onto it, just not able to find it, Abdullah, but again, Royal just looking a little nervous.
Yes, and I think they just got the forwards in the wrong place, isn't it, Shanil, getting that first receive position as Trinity win the line out ball cleanly, set their three quarters in motion.
Samarasinghe gave it a big tackle on the Trinity skipper. Release is the call, and for the first time since that penalty, we find Royal conceding a penalty in the exact half of the pitch. And after 20 minutes of dominance, if Trinity come away with points from this, Royal will only have themselves to blame.
Absolutely. I think they've had more than their share of opportunities which they haven't taken in their favour. And Altaf, absolutely no hesitation, right in front of the post, pretty much from the similar distance where he landed that first penalty kick, Sudarshan.
A coach killer and a confidence killer for teams, isn't it? Having had so many chances, when you don't convert them into points. And here, Trinity have an opportunity to cut the deficit to just 1 point of this game and make it a draw with their 1 point advantage from the first leg.
Well, it's way too early to be thinking about aggregates, Sudarshana. It's only the 22nd minute of the game. Shan Altaf lines up one from pretty much the exact spot that he knocked over the last one. And the crowd says it all as Trinity draw level on the tally and come within one. And after all that they have dominated in the Trinity half for the first 20 minutes, Royal are just ahead by 1 point.
Trinity College making sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking. Points will add pressure, and that is something that Trinity will be looking to do every time they come into the Royal half, because the visits have been pretty rare.
Well, both teams really nervous, Abdullah. Royal don't want to be the first team in a decade to lose the Shield. Trinity are so used to losing the Shield, they're not sure how to win the Shield, so everyone's just dropping the ball.
Yes, execution hasn't been at its best, but still a lot to play as Farooq with another wonderful floating kick.
It's an excellent kick, really an excellent kick, putting Raizan under a lot of pressure. There's no scrum half, and Vijay Kun had to run in from a fair distance to make sure that he distributed that ball, and now he puts in that up and under. This time it's his opposite number, Fernando, that collects it. Nabilia here clears from the base. And here's Royal doing a little bit more what they're used to. But once again, Veera Surya finding himself in that first receiver position. And as Abdullah has been saying, he's been slowing the ball down a little bit when they've got a man over. But Royal have penalty advantage. Samarasinghe again flying in, but referee Braden Hudson having nothing of it.
12 minutes.
Yes, this time Trinity guilty of not rolling away. And thus far, Sudarshan, you'd have to say that's a fair indication. It's game on the line. Scores aggregate-wise is on level as well.
50% to both teams. The wind predictor powered by NDB. Vidisha Ratnayaka did get a hit when he wasn't expecting that, but the player had committed to that tackle before the whistle went off. Trinity will have to shake things off here to make sure that they try and get into the game, get some momentum. They've shown good signs of wanting to spread the ball out wide, but I think a couple of the forwards getting in on the act will help their cause.
Not rolling.
Not rolling away is the call, and Idris Farooq will step up confidently to make sure that he gets a little bit of space between the two teams on the scoreboard. It's currently 0-0 on the tally as Veera Surya walks up, the experienced man, pats his young fly half on the head, just gives him a little bit of confidence. And the ground hushes once again.
No, we still got 10 minutes.
Look at the nervous looks on the crowd behind the goalpost at the Royal College side.
Not going to be easy with the wind changing direction as Farooq gets in a good hit, and no problem in bisecting those posts. And Royal go in front 10 points to 6 here at Pallekelle.
Well, this is quality kicking from two young fly halves. Those haven't been easy kicks by any stretch of the imagination. And Idris Farooq showing Shan Altaf, anything you can do, I can do better, son.
Brilliantly struck. Just bisecting the posts perfectly. You could see a smile to the Royal faces, but again, still long way to go as Altaf restarts proceedings.
Shyam in the number 6 jersey today, as opposed to the number 8 one he wore last fortnight. Here's a little bit of dancing feet by Pires. Not sure that's what you want from your second row forward, but he did it anyway. Lively hands from Ulangamur. Here's Ulangamur, puts the fend in, looking for the little chip kick, puts it in, and here's Yadda Hige chasing. Yadda Hige goes over.
Oh, what a brilliant stroke! Yadda Hige comes back onto the field and straight away, first touch, gets a score for Trinity, puts them in front, 11 points to 10. Pallekelle is lively.
Pallekelle is humping. Lovely hands there, off to Ulangamur. Yadda Hige it was with the hands. Ulangamur thought about putting the pass in, but he knew that there was a cover defense, and the ball bouncing so kindly for Yadda Hige, who may have thought that it was not going to be his day because he was sent to the sin bin for something that perhaps may have just been a penalty. But this time he manages to find the finishing touches.
Opportunity for Altaf to try and extend the lead here at the second leg. Gets in a good look. Connection is good. The direction is sublime as Altaf brings Trinity to 13 points.
Well, forget about the Bradby, Abdullah. But the exhibition of kicking off the tee from these two lads so far has been absolutely flawless and bodes really well for Sri Lankan rugby.
Brilliant, and let's have another wonderful bit of work by Ulangamur. Just placed that kick brilliantly. And Lux of Fortune, you'd have to say, a wonderful bounce right into Yatavara's hands to put the finishing touches.
Really good hands from the Trinity backline. That ball going backwards, but again being retained.
Leave it.
See who comes away with this play on is the call from Hudson, but no, he's on the floor. Very obvious there from Vijay Kun.
Straight away, opportunity for Royal College
on the field. The tee is on the field. Shot call.
Get points. Shot call. No hesitation by the Royal camp.
you'd have to say thus far in this game, both teams haven't exited from the restarts, hasn't it? It's an area where both teams struggled in that first leg, and it's just continuing in this game as well. You've seen the lead exchanging repeatedly in this game, and one reason is they just haven't been good enough to manage those restarts.
Absolutely, Abdullah. But it is something that plagues even the top teams. We remember when New Zealand lost to Argentina, the focus was also the fact that they just couldn't get out of their half. So maybe it's not as easy as we'd like it to be. But for some reason, Idris Farooq has given Nabil Yahya the kicking duties, but it doesn't matter because he's knocked it through. It's an interesting one. Abdullah, do you have any intel why this might be, that they're changing kicking duties with Farooq kicking so well?
Probably only thing I can think of is probably Farooq enjoys the long range kicks, Shanak, and Yahya with the short range ones. But as long as it's going over the crossbar, that's all Royal is going to be worried about. Royal is fortunate in that aspect to have two really good kickers. Yahya has been doing the kicking duties for Royal over the past 2 seasons. Farooq has just stamped his mark in his first year itself. So just getting into the last 5 minutes of this first half, and what a wonderful 30 minutes it's been. The lead has changed hands numerous times, and it's 13 all.
As Altaf kicks off again. Here's Yahya with a little bit of confidence now. Steps out of 3 potential tackles. Finds Naqib Mohammed, and that ball bounces. Referee will potentially come back for a knock-on, but it looks like the advantage is probably over as Wijayakin looks. Shan Altaf from an impossible angle. No, it's wide, says the referee.
No advantage. Come back to the knock-on.
And he says no advantage, so he'll come back for a fairly long advantage from the knock-on.
So we thought that the advantage was over because visually it did look like the advantage was over. Trinity, however, will be getting Royal to think about this. Shan Altaf, will he get back into that pocket? And if he does, what are we supposed to do? Do we charge on him or do we hold back?
Well, what I would love to see, Sudarshana, is Tisanka Disanaika and Vijay just realizing that all eyes are going to be on our 10, and as 8 and 9, we're going to have some space opening up for us. Here they are, 8 and 9. Lovely hands. Altaf puts a little grubber through. Fernando is back, and Fernando is caught in possession. Did well, the little scrum half. Tinet Gamage gets back to do a bit of a rescue act. And Royal now will look to try and clear this from the base. No, in fact, they're looking to run. Lisas Patirana. Release is the call. And now they've got it back in the pocket for Patirana's left boot. Little bit of football. Shan Altaf going back to his fledgling days. And again, the up and under is not chased as well as they would like as Yuan Patrana runs this one back.
Don't pin him.
Here's Naqib. Puts his head down this time and drives forward over the 50-meter line. Here it is again for Shyam. Shyam running sideways. Tiven Pereira does well to clear that ruck, and Nabil Yahya that time sees that Royal are only going laterally and puts the ball into touch.
Yes, territorial advantage was needed for Royal. Wanted to make sure that they get out of their half finally. Like Abdullah mentioned earlier, really can't understand why both the teams are very happy to play inside their red zone. Take a look at this lateral run from Shyam, and yet again to come back to that point, too many Royal forwards in the back line.
Absolutely, Sudarshana. Just being in the wrong places at the wrong time as well, isn't it? I think their job role should be very clear. Job is if they get the ball, they've got to hit it hard and hit it straight. The danger of running across is you're running away from your support. you're brought to the ground, you always expose yourself of the opposition just trying to poach that ball. And you don't want that to happen in your own half. So tactically, I think both teams just haven't got it right thus far in this first half.
Few blistering runs by the Royal front row forwards. Nakib Mohammed and Tinet Gamage have been very powerful in carrying the ball. But as Abdullah said, should that be going a little wider given where they've got their points from so far? Radhika Hettiarachi next to his head coach Dushant Leuke. They will of course know that a draw is not good enough in this leg. Nice work from Veera Surya off the top of that line out, but Fernando is forced to run into the on-rushing Trinity forwards. Here's Gamage who gives some front football to the Tuskers. Ayashiam. Again, Disas Patirana standing, running into that, beautifully turned over. No, it's not, says the referee. There was no clear release.
You must show a clear release.
Well, I believe that was the juggler who came in. He was the second man to that ruck. Clearly after the tackle was completed by the tackler who had rolled away.
Sure, we'll have another look at that.
Captain! Captain! Wait!
What a wonderful touch find by
Okay, they're just going to release.
Idris Farooq right on the 5-meter line. And on the stroke of halftime, if Royal can make this count, we'll just send them into halftime with a tremendous amount of confidence. Having said that, the driving maul just hasn't worked for them so far. The 28 have been brilliant in thwarting whatever momentum Royal do normally get from the driving maul.
Crucial penalty there just before halftime. We talk about moments winning games. This is one of those moments. Who wins this moment may just walk away with the Bradby. Royal Shyam is the man who goes over and he's got it. Everyone was expecting the driving maul. But coming off the back well before he was expected by Ayaz Shyam. And the number 8 turned blindside flanker slides his way over the line for an absolutely crucial score just before halftime. Let's see what this moment means.
Terrific stuff from Shyam. Found himself at the back of the maul, broke away quickly. Gets the tap from Nakib. Get on with that, mate. That was a brilliantly executed move by Royal College when Trinity were expecting them to try and set it up.
Royal, everyone getting sucked into that maul there, and they managed to just turn it ever so slightly, push it towards the touchline so that Ayash had a nice angle to run in, and he was going to be running in against Vijay Kun and the smaller backs, so they knew that they had the channel to attack. Really good presence of mind, and despite the crowd shouting, take the 3, Royal have instead taken the 7. The outstanding kicking continues, Abdullah.
Absolutely brilliant. In that first leg at halftime, Royal had a chance to go for 3, decided to go to the corner, did not make it. This time they did make the same decision, but the result is different. And could this score just before halftime make the difference in the entire analysis of the Bradby? So Royal going to halftime, 20 points to 13 ahead. But we've got to keep in mind in that first leg as well, Royal went into the lead, but did come up cropper in that second half. So Trinity by no means out of it, but everything to play in that second half.
Well. 35 minutes into this second leg of the 78th Bradby Shield encounter, and it's 20 points to 13. It was 13 points all just seconds ago, and now it's 20 points to 13 in favour of the Royal Tuskers, who have encroached into the Lions' Den. And if it finishes this way, Royal will walk back to Colombo. The long bus ride back will be a very joyous one for them. But there's 35 minutes before any of that happens. Maliban Savoury Biscuits have been a perfect companion for gatherings to celebrate cheerful moments just like for today's match. So even if you are at home watching the match or cheering right here, grab a pack and share the joy of the game with Maliban Savoury. We'll go in for a quick break, and we'll be back after the commercials.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Hamasitakma pipide, rasa lemon rasa ye. Jeevithayama mihirai, Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, children a lemon.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Scrum down at the Dubai Rugby Sevens. Feel the adrenaline rush with thrilling Sevens games, indulge in top-notch rugby entertainment and tackle a variety of sporting activities. Fly to Dubai on an exclusive Emirates Holidays package inclusive of a 3-day pass starting at 275,000 rupees only from Aiken Spence Travels. Call Aiken Spence Travels now.
Beautiful outside and inside.
NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැරිලත් එක්ක.
චොමරි අක්කා. ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
Coloma, beautiful outside and inside.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
It is my vision that wakes me up, not my alarm. I make mistakes, but I will never be defeated.
My biggest competitor is myself.
5 account from Commercial Bank for the youth who think beyond limits.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Safarian yale abi ali bala suwate tiyan selfie gaham ware machan ture dakunne kohe giya trip one එක double වෙන්න කොතුමි රසට හදා නැති නැතට share කරන් කමුද මචං prima කොතුමි fun තමයි.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One? Wait, really? Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus, enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk.
Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම ජිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Coloma, beautiful outside and inside.
Real energy for real life. Ride. NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම ජිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා. බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
Swiss Tech Skim Coat finish එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
Welcome back to live pictures of the second leg of the 78th Bradby Shield encounter, live from this outstanding Pallekelle stadium. It really is a beautiful picture to look out at, and any artists worth their salt will want to make a memorabilia of this, that's for sure. But will this match be etched in the memory of everyone watching it? We'll have 35 minutes to decide. Here are the highlights of the first half. Idris Farooq to Yuan Patrana. We thought it might not have been the best option, but that ball set up beautifully, and Patrana celebrating before he touched down.
Well, in front of the Trinity College stand, silencing the Trinitians momentarily.
Here's what was the first chance of points for Trinity. 45-meter penalty. Smacked through by the 17-year-old like it was a 25-meter penalty. Again, Royal not releasing, finding themselves offside as well. For the second penalty for Shan Altaf, it was 7 points to 6 at this point. Veera Surya managed to win a penalty. That time it was Piris not rolling away. And slotted in by Idris Farooq beautifully. And this was a try of the game so far. Hulankamua with a little bit of gas on Tiven Pereira on the outside, puts a beautifully weighted chip kick in, and fresh from his 10-minute break, Yaddeige dives in to score. Could perhaps have run around under the post, but it didn't matter because it gave Shan Altaf a chance to convert from an acute angle. This is where the ball was dropped at the kickoff again, just after that try. And Royal allowed back into the match by some untidy exit plays from Trinity. And here's the moment of the game. Arya Vansa bumped away there by the powerful Ayashiam. Again, beautifully converted by Idris Farooq, and Royal and Trinity have left absolutely no points on the park in terms of kicks for goal.
Both kickers have been sublime from the two teams, and we are seeing an exhibition of spot kicking from both these lads, occupying that first 5-8 position for Trinity and Royal. Yadehigi, the man who got onto the score sheet. Trinity College last won the Bradby Shield in 2014 under the captaincy of Tarinder Rathwate, who's just seated right beneath us.
Yes, he's just below the commentary box, Tarinder, and that's a record that he will want broken pretty soon.
Not just him, I think a lot of Trinitians as well. Shanaka, they've probably seen that enough now.
The one thing that I never tire of at the Bradby Shield, Abdullah, is the difference in emotions between you and Sudarshana. I know when one of you is happy, the other one always isn't. And when it's a tie, of course, you'll are both despondent. But let's wait and see how this next 35 minutes goes. Trinity have seen precious little of the ball. Taken back, so can't be kicked out on the full. Idris Farooq knows that very well and puts a beautiful kick down to Hulangamua. Shan Altaf thinks about running and then puts a wonderful kick down towards the touch line. Has it gone a little too far? Yuan Pathirana realizes that wasn't, so it will be a goal line dropout.
That's a net gain for Trinity, you'd have to say, is that Patrana needed to show a little bit more urgency. Unlike in the past, it's not a 22-meter dropout. So I think Patrana hasn't done Royal much favors, but again Altaf just identifying the space at the back. Patrana needed to have positioned himself much better.
Well, it's a little bit different, Abdullah, until you get used to the wind. When you're playing with and against the wind, you obviously may stand about 5-10 meters above, and that's gone out on the full, so it will be an option.
You want to line out on the 5 or a scrum under the post?
You have a scrum under the posts, or you have a line out on the 5-meter line. And they've opted for the line out, which I don't know why you would, when you have a scrum under the posts, that you would go for the line out 5 meters out.
Well, Sean, I beg to differ. I think Trinity's driving maul has been very good in that first half. Sure, they would like to have a crack at the Royal 8 very earlier on in this second half. Don't think time will tell, but I don't think it's an altogether bad decision, Sudarshan.
I think who's standing in between that is those two lank lads, Bonica and Yevon.
Marked on the 5, open up. There's your mark. There's your mark.
Well, Braden Hudson laying down the law, saying we're not jumping across, we're jumping up. That's taken nicely. Nice little move by Trinity, nicely executed, but they've dropped the ball. It is a knock-on, really well defended. Royal looked like they knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah, well, Ross Erasmus would be pretty happy that his tactics are being emulated. Trinity got half of that right, isn't it, by forming the maul, but just could not maintain control.
It was just that runner who was running into space that was missing for Trinity College, and then ball protection being an issue for Trinity inside that maul.
I think when you keep the ball in the middle of that maul, it's dangerous, isn't it? It's got to be shifted to the back as soon as possible. Now it's important that Royal just clear their lines.
Well, Idris Farooq will be breathing a massive sigh of relief. It was his mistake that brought Trinity so close, but they will have another opportunity.
Trinity given a second lease.
You have to wonder if Trinity were a little too cute at that line out. We talk about moments, and sometimes you just need to make sure you keep it simple. Sfadar earlier and Chief Guest Jatissa you know who he'll want to be giving the shield away to. But there's a 6-point deficit that suggests that he might not get his wish. It's a dummy jump at the front. This one is better.
Let's go, Daddy! Let's go!
A little bit of momentum.
Let's go!
Dragged down, and there was plenty of momentum in that maul. Taken quickly by Vijay Kun. Vijay Kun to the corner. Here's Raizan.
Yeah, penalty advantage!
Penalty advantage is the call because I don't think Royal had retreated behind the try line when that quick tap was taken. Going straight through. They will want to make sure that they don't give up this opportunity. Offside is the call. It's close, but no cigar. All they need to do is reach over now.
Hands up!
Royal love defending in these positions. It's something that they're so good at. Tinatra Gamage on his knees. Short is the call from Hudson. The Trinitians know that.
Hands off him!
Not sure how Hudson is going to see if this ball is grounded, given that he's behind the defensive line.
Held up!
Held up is the call.
Stop!
Multiple penalty advantage.
On the 5, on the 15, or in the middle? On the 15? In the middle or on the 5? Here? The 2, offside.
Sorry, I don't think that initial penalty was for not returning 10. I think it was a side entry by the Royals, loose head prop forward.
Needs to improve.
That's again just a lack of discipline, isn't it? Royal did well to probably stop that first driving maul. All they needed to do just keep their composure. Trinity decided to take the short tap, and then a side entry, and from then on a couple of penalties, putting Royal back under the pump.
Looks like Royal are looking to go to their bench quite early in this game. Let's see who that is for. Tell you as soon as we possibly can. Dushanth Leke reveals absolutely nothing on his face, but I'm sure he will be very grateful for this 6-point advantage that he has on the overall score sheet.
Send them on.
So they are making a substitution, and it looks like it's going to be at hooker. Looks like it's Farooq coming on.
Yeah.
Nakib
Okay. Come on.
will be the man who goes off. Would have been able to tell you a little sooner if we had a Royal team card with us. But Trinity again going to missing in the lineup. Beautifully done by Veera Surya. Fahad does beautifully on the line. Almost gave the ball away, but did really well to hang on to it. Enormous pressure, but Farooq will get this ball away. And that's the second time Farooq has been asked to clear under enormous pressure, and Royal's defense has held.
Well, I cannot speak highly of the Royal College number 10.
Royal.
Been in that situation more than a few times. It's really nerve-wracking.
We did the ball. Relax.
You just have to worry about what's behind you as well, not step on that end line. And Idris Farooq just holding his nerve. Wonderful bit of work by Yehan Veerasurya. Samara Singh clearing that.
Ball. Say again.
It was in fact Marika who has come on in the number 16 jersey. Here's Tisanka Disana, a beautiful tackle by Nabil Yahya on the much bigger Tisanga. Tinatra Gamage drags Trinity's prop down. Penalty is coming, but he won't need it. Well, he might. So multiple penalties now, racking up.
Okay. You're under a lot of pressure down here. You're giving away 4 offside penalties. You had 3 in that little passage, and then the whole back line's offside from the line out. Line out. Your discipline. Your discipline down this area needs to improve. Go away. Otherwise, someone's going to go to the bin. Next penalty down here, offside, someone goes to the bin.
Okay, so we have to stay until
Till my arm comes down. Same as what I said in the pre-game. Have a word, please. Do you have the mark, Shaquille?
So crystal clear there from Braden Hudson. Your discipline is under pressure and you've got to keep it up.
Just wait.
You cannot advance before the referee puts his hand down.
Penalties here, 10, 12, 13.
From the line out,
offside.
you've got to hold your 10 meters until the line out is over. And if you're wondering at home what the complexities of that are, the line out is over when the ball has moved through the plane of touch by 1 meter or the ball is passed off the line out. If you get an early start, it is a foul start and it can give you an advantage in your defending, which is why they want to create space for teams to run into.
And Royal that time were on notice. They had given away 3 consecutive offside penalties in the earlier passage of play, and now they've been put on notice that next time around there'll be somebody going into the ring. This is good for Trinity, who will want to now play the game as much as they possibly can in the opposition 22 in that red area.
Hulangamur, who created that first try, the lovely little burst on the outside and a weighted kick. Fernando, who has been good from the base today for Royal. And Idris Farooq, who has been absolutely impeccable, bar that one blemish which they managed to escape from. It's a short kick that time. Beautifully done by Ranasinghe, who has been pretty good in the air today. Taken a long way back. And Altaf will thump this right down to his opposite number. And Yuan Pathirana will now use his left boot. And Hulangamur will look to counter. Not sure that was the right call from the...
That was lost forward by the oncoming chaser for Royal College. Hulangamur was in 2 minds whether to counter that or kick that out. That slight bit of hesitation putting him under pressure.
That's something that has been happening with Hulangamur throughout the season. Sudarshana, he does have a think before he decides what to do, and you've got to have that think earlier on. You've got to know what you're going to do when you get the ball. And you can see that ball just coming off the hand of Tiven Pereira there as he went in after it. So good spot there by the referee, but very dangerous times for the Trinitians. Ayash Shyam has gone to the back of the scrum. And here it is for Altaf, who will put it deep for Farooq, who's back, and Pathirana. This time, unlike the first leg, Royal are looking to play the territorial game. Hulangamur this time decides that he will put it to his boot, but you might see why he prefers counter-attacking.
Well, that time it was clearly a confidence in the moment you let go of that ball. You knew he was not going to execute that. A little shaken. Hulangamur after that initial incident. Again, teams struggling with the exit strategy, putting them under unnecessary pressure. He had all the time he wanted, and Altaf at the back in a nice pocket where he could have attempted to get that net territorial gain.
I think both Hulangamur in this second leg and Ratnayaka in the first leg were guilty of maybe doing a little bit too much, but that's a steal from Trinity. Not something we see very often against this big Royal line out, but drilled short. Comes off the foot of Farooq. Kills the ball dead. And nice long placement as well. Good technique from the fly half for Royal. Here's Farooq. Looks wide but doesn't see anyone. Puts it high into the candy sky. Beautiful chase from Fahad Nazar. And superb counter-rucking as well. Here's Farooq, who stayed back in the pocket. And this time it might look like he has overcooked it.
Well, both teams trying to be a little too fancy Farooq, who has been absolutely brilliant throughout, losing a little bit of concentration. It has been that kind of a game. They're trying to put Ulangamo under pressure. That conference might be to decide what they are going to do to that problem, because your fullback is somebody you need in his prime condition with a kicking team like Royal, who are putting that up. 5 and 3 goes out. That's Alexander. And Pires, who's been given the marching orders. So 2 forwards coming into the mix. Nisit Kumarasinghe and Dehan Vataguda comes in. Alexander has been an absolutely brilliant workhorse for Trinity College, a leader as well in that side.
Well, we talked of moments, Abdullah, and it's that moment before halftime that still keeps Royal well ahead on the scoreboard. Nice win that time by Vijay Koon. Here's Tisanka Disanayake, but they're cutting him down well in midfield. Vijay Koon, haven't seen much from him so far, and that's a nice little drill down, but Yuan Patirana has been in that nicely, but oh, this is dangerous. This could be a big one. Let's watch the Trinity player, how he went into that charge down. He led with his foot.
Give me some space. Give me some space. Just give me some space. Time off.
That might turn out to be a crucial call in the second half.
I haven't exactly seen what's happened.
78th Bradby Shield.
Like, are we at penalty only?
Yeah, because I was following the kick, so I couldn't see what the point of impact was.
Akul, do you have anything? Okay. So you think TMO check, potential serious foul play? Okay.
So the question here is whether the Trinity chaser led with his foot and caught Yuan Patirana in the chest.
I haven't seen what's happened, so what's happened?
Yeah, so there was a leading boot, contact with the stomach, and depending on the severity of the contact, it can be.
So you think we need to have a check?
Yeah.
Okay. TMO check, please. Director, we're looking for potential serious foul play.
Here it is, Yuan Patirana puts it high.
Doesn't look like there was contact there. Well,
we need to see if the boot makes clear contact. We need to see if the boot makes clear contact.
oh, there is so much space there. Boot into the stomach was the call from the assistant referee, which is why we are on the TMO
So
check.
the boot clips him. It hits him on the arm. For me, I'm looking at penalty only. Penalty only where the ball lands. Where the ball lands. I agree. Okay.
Oh, I think Yadehige this time again was hard done by.
It's a penalty only. Penalty only.
There was
It's a penalty only.
There was
the boot
acres of
hits him. He's
space,
got a reckless leg out.
Sorry,
It's
but
contact with the arm and stomach. So
between
it's a penalty only. You just need to be careful
the
with the charge.
charge,
Just have a word
because
with
there
him,
was
please.
no contact
Number
from
15
the player.
on the charge. The penalty is where the ball lands.
I think the only word to describe that decision is absolutely shocking. That's 2 words I know, but maybe shocking I should use. But I think there was some talk, Abdullah, about frowning upon play acting. Don't you think some time earlier in the season? Perhaps that's something that we need to revisit, perhaps?
Well, not for the first time, you'd have to say. Roll has been on the receiving end a couple of times as well. Contact was made, so probably that's what the referee went by.
Well, Yadehige can count himself very lucky that it wasn't worse, because he was already on a yellow.
It's the last thing Trinity needs in this chasing game is losing another man for 10 minutes. Here's an opportunity for Royal. Lovely ball.
Nakib Mohammed has it nice and secure at the back. Fernando asks for it. He's not going to let him have it, but now he is. Here it is for Tiven. Yahya. Usman wraps him up. Here's Fahad Nazar. Wants to have a little bit of a run. Hasn't seen much of the ball on his wing in dangerous positions. Ayash Shyam. It's turned over. And Royal on the floor interfere with the ball. So
Hey, leave it. Come on. We're here to play footy. He's a winger. We're playing on.
Again, the Royal three-quarters just guilty of drifting across. There's no clear intention on where they were heading. Yahya just trying to run round the man. But Trinity defense was just good enough to hang on to that.
Well, Altaf not getting the connection that he wanted with the touch. But he did find touch. That's something that they will be happy about. Take a look at this. Watergoda right on top of the ball. After he has jackled it, the cynical man on the ground interfering with that ball.
Again, Trinity will be desperate to have their hands on the ball for just a few phases. At the moment, they haven't really been able to build any sustained pressure except for the try that they got. And earlier on in this second half.
No, one. Stay. Wait, yeah, relax.
Chita limping off, Radishan.
What is going on? There we go.
Nicely won by Manula. Here's Tisanga Disanaika. That's better from the captain, a little bit more intent. Veera Surya brings him down beautifully. Here's space for Hulangamua, who now needs to come in and does well. Vijay Kun, quick ball. Pass to no one again, and here's Yahya now. The advantage. No advantage, so despite the line break, the referee will come back. He's been consistent with this.
Well, second time, Trinidadians in a very promising move have passed to no one. It just goes to show that some of those players aren't hitting that same intensity the others are looking from them. You need to try and recognize the space in front of you and try and commit to it. Take a look at this. Arya Vansa receives it well. He's looking for that runner who's attacking onto that ball.
But Sudarshan, the question once again is, do you want your front rows in those kind of positions, making those kind of decisions, isn't it? Again, Royal have been guilty on a couple of occasions of having their forwards in the wrong position. On that time, you'd have to say it's the same by Trinity.
Here's Steven Pereira, the skipper, now trying to cut his way through this defense. Does well to take it up to the 40-meter mark. Royal with the ball. This is all they will need to make sure they consolidate and make it even more difficult for Trinity to come back into this game. The chip might have been a little high. Again, Abdullah forwards in the back line, which is something you've been condemning from the start of this game from both teams.
I got to feel for the only back in this commentary panel, Shanika. Just like you don't want your backs to come and disrupt the ruck work.
Well, on that occasion, I don't think I have any problem with Veera Surya being in that position, but the technique. We went to collect the ball. It was as if he was in a line out rather than taking a chip kick.
It was a rehearsed move. They wanted Veera Surya in there to get that ball back. But just the execution, letting him down there. This time, Trinity will try to run straight. Beautifully shadowed.
Yeah, turnover.
Turnover is good, says the referee. So
Turnover's okay, you've gone in touch.
So Trinity, very lucky that time. The turnover was good from Royal College, but they will consider themselves very unlucky because it did look like Trinity lost the ball in that hullabaloo. Yaddehige.
There was almost certainly a knock forward there. Yaddehige looked like he bumped it into Hulangamua, but play on is the call, and that time you can see the shoulder of Ranasinghe there touching the chalk. Well overthrown, and Sean Altaf is the man who runs onto it, and here's Tisanka Disanaika bailing him out. Good important tackle made by Thineth Gamage. Lazy runner, but play on, says the referee. Here's a little bit of space opening up now. Surya lucky to get away with his elbow on the floor, and Disanaika spinning out of one tackle. Does well. Again, Trinity passing, this time not to no one but to the opposition. Here's a nice ball over to Samarasinghe again. Samarasinghe puts the gas on. He's a dangerous player. Somehow Royal managed to win this one. It's untidy at the breakdown, and Veerasurya gets a nice little scoop pass, and Thineth Gamage. Ayashyam with a dive pass from the 90s. Looked like he might have gone forward, and Trinity desperately making an important tackle coming in off his wing. That time was Raizan.
Now to win predictor. Slowly but surely towards Royal College. 20 points to 16, 53% towards Royal. Can Trinity try and do something in this dying embers of the game?
There's still a significant portion of the game to go. Yuvan Pathirana's flick just not accurate enough, but he tried to do his best to get his man free. If that pass went to hand, we might have had a try. So it was worth the risk.
Set!
This is an important scrum as well, Abdullah. If Trinity managed to make something happen from here, it could change things around. Nice little pass for Raizan. Stepping. Altaf is the man who takes it into the 22. Yaddehige sets it up. Tisanga stepping off. Vijay Kun. Here's Altaf. Ghosts through a gap, smashed in the tackle by the big Senanaika.
Free release with the penalty advantage coming in for Trinity. Need to score, need to get in front of Royal now.
Tisanga Disanaika. They look for the drop goal. It's not good, and they will come back for the penalty.
Remember, Royal have been on notice. In this area, the discipline has been warned.
Warning for offsides last time you were down here. The first time you're back down here, you give away another penalty. That's now 5 penalties in the red zone against your team. I need you to go and have a word to your players. Any more penalties down here, the next one goes to the bin with a yellow card. Have a word.
I think it was a repetition of the same warning that was allowed sometime earlier, Shanaka.
You can't kick this way.
So referee Braden Hudson spoke to Thiven Pereira earlier, told him that the next one goes to the bin.
Okay.
And now he's just repeated that message loudly and clearly
Shot called
for the second time. Well, what we have now is an even score on the scoreboard. Fazil Marija, this is the most emotional I've seen him, and I've been watching him for 20 years.
Well, difficult, isn't it, when you're a player, but you have absolutely no part in making sure it changes. Here's Sean Altaf attacking that short area, but much more should have been done to get away from that for Royal College. Now 19-20, 58 minutes on our clock. Couple of more might be available on the referees.
We're just approaching the final 10 minutes.
Come on.
of this game. And you're back to where it all started. The aggregate, absolutely nothing in it between both teams. Who is going to take the opportunity that comes their way? That's going to be the key question as Farooq restarts proceedings. Nice long kick, safely collected by Hulangamua.
Lovely kick, and he does a spiral punch. And Idris Farooq. It was exactly because of that, Abdullah. He used a spiral kick, and the technique of catching the spiral kicks are a little different, which players are not as used to these days.
Absolutely, and it's also the wind, isn't it?
Important position for Trinity College. They need to make sure that they gather around. They have momentum. They're close to the red zone of the opposition. Take a look at this. Farooq not judging it. Wasn't stable on his feet when he went on to catch that ball and did not know how to try and exit from that situation.
For the first time since this match started, the Trinity crowd have found their voice. Tisanka Disanayaka does really well to rescue some untidy ball. Vijay Kun now. They look for the drop goal. This time it's away to the left.
Well, you'd have to say it was worth a shot. Don't think you can fault Altaf for taking that opportunity.
That was on. Absolutely, Abdullah. That was on. And you would put your money on Altaf to try and make that connection. He's tried thrice now and hasn't found the same touch that he did in Colombo. And it's good to see the youngster keep trying, because it's something that's going to come. That's just going to come.
Well, there was a youngster who won a big trophy with a drop goal 21 years ago. And he had to try a few times before he got the winner as well. Manages to keep this on the floor, so doesn't allow a lot of time for Farooq to find that real angle. But that's a lovely touch finder from Idris.
Just brilliant stuff. After having squandered that opportunity on the opposite side of the field, this time around it's a difficult kick to try and get his hands on.
It's just the ability to put that behind you and move on, isn't it? It's not an easy skill in such a pressure game. Both these fly halves, the nerves of steel, you'd have to say.
It really has been a battle of the tens today. It's been tactical, it's been tense. Nicely won by Manula at the front of the line out. He's been pretty good, you have to say.
Okay, use it!
Use it is the call from referee Hudson. And it's there for Vijay Kun. We've seen a box kick after ages. Farooq is swamped by a horde of Trinity jerseys. But his forwards do really well to get back and recycle this ball. This time it's Yuan Patirana who comes into the pocket for his left foot. Nicely done by Altaf, who read it all the way. And that time it's Hulangamua who drops the ball. An unforced error. And he kicks it back into the referee, which is kind of lucky because that ball could have gone anywhere and Royal could have scored off it.
Some helter-skelter stuff from both the teams. Nerves all around the park here at Pallekelle. That was a decent pass. He's hesitated even before he got his hands to it, Hulangamua.
Yes, just took his eyes off the ball, didn't he, Sudarshana? Looking ahead what was approaching and coming towards him. Royal need to now make this count. It's approaching the last 7 minutes. What drama it's been today. It has gone to and fro.
Aman on the side of the scrum has made an appearance for Royal. Disas Patirana controls it. And here's Farooq taking it to the line. Goes back deep to Tiven Pereira. That time also Yuan Patirana's pass is behind Fahad Nazar.
Release!
Trinity doing well to release. And this time Disaspatirana is caught. And again, the ball went backwards, is the call from referee Braden Hudson. And dragged to the ground is Nabil Yahya, but not after a powerful run. And Yahya was a little isolated. And unfortunately for him, his forwards were on the floor in another part of the field.
Now decisions to be made. And Tisangla makes it quickly. Points at the post.
Once again, Royal forwards just hanging out there, trying to play the three-quarters role and caught napping. Just cannot understand this mode of play by Royal.
Well, Trinity will be happy that that play went on and it wasn't called back for the knock-on because they got a penalty out of it. What can they do with it though?
Opportunity for Altaf to go ahead in this second leg and dominate these closing phases of the game. Pin drop silence here at Pallekelle. Here's Altaf's kick and it sails through. It's good. Pallekelle is jubilant. 22 points to 20. 65 minutes on our clock. And Sean Altaf says, I'm still not over.
Well, we're sitting in the grandstand here. And one lone voice screamed, "Come on, Royal," as he kicked that ball. But Sean Altaf did not let that deter him. Abdullah, I don't want to be the one to do this, but this is something you might remember not very fondly, but there's still plenty of time in this game. Altaf now takes the mark.
Intelligent play by the first 5-8, wanting that clock to taken quickly. Here's Trinity, Roizan serving his options, isolated, gives away the penalty. Absolutely unnecessary. They were looking to try and run the clock and then foolishly gives it away.
Well, I'm not sure what they were thinking there, taking that short tap quickly. We thought it was good game management from Altaf when he called the mark. But Royal now, with this angle against the wind, know that they have no option but to put it into touch and try to drive their way to the line or win another penalty.
22-20. Quickly taken. A little dink from Hulangamo would have been ideal for Raizan to charge on to.
Fahad did really well there to make the tackle as he was stepped on the 22-meter line. Senanayaka winning it at the front and Nakib at the back. The replacements for Trinity have provided a little bit more reinforcement. Use it is the call. Fernando. Thiven at first receiver. Farooq has no options but to cut back inside. Trinity's discipline is good as they roll away from that. And here's the man who has been playing de facto scrum half. De facto fly half, I should say. And that time Fernando wants his forwards to come in. And they're going to try to milk a penalty out of this. Straight in front of the posts. Tinet Gamage. They have managed to milk the penalty already. They put the kick in. And here's a beautiful collection from Samarasinghe again. And Fernando looks blindside. Oh, and they bounce the ball. Royal with the try line gaping. Well, I would have thought penalty advantage was over.
4 minutes.
When they caught that ball.
Shot called.
But they've come back.
It's called shot.
And they will do some very quick arithmetic. And we will have 3 more minutes of time, according to referee Braden Hudson. Thought for all money that advantage might have been over when they had that overlap. But Nabil Yahya will step up to draw on the scoreboard, and yes, that's exactly what he does. If Royal don't win the Bradby Shield, they're determined not to let it go for the 10th consecutive year. And that's exactly what they've done by going 1 point ahead, which is exactly the reverse of what happened in Colombo.
3 minutes ago in this game, Nabil Yahya puts Royal in front. 1 point lead to them, 23-22. Trinity need to make sure that they bog Royal down through this restart.
How can they exit? Idris Farooq puts it high, and Hulangamur this time looks for his fly half, who finds
Stop!
Nabil Yahya.
Hey, 12. You call the ball back here. Come on, keep coming back.
Well, a draw is better than a loss for sure.
We have 2 minutes.
And there's 2 minutes left on the clock. Royal need to get to the other side of the field and keep the ball there.
12. Let's go.
Trinity is in the correct part of the field. Yahya takes the quick tap, puts ball to boot, doesn't find touch, finds Sean Altaf. Here's Arya Vansa, gets away from the first tackler. Ball comes out. Lost forward from Trinity.
It'll be interesting to see the replay of where that player who tackled came from. If we are able to see that replay.
90 seconds.
Here we go, Arya Vansa.
Let's go.
They fly in at him.
No.
And there they go, he's on the floor. Is Arya Vansa.
Don't start doing it now.
And did they go back behind the hindmost foot? Straight in from the side.
I think he came right to the middle. Knock was over.
Crouch!
Fernando with the field.
Point!
An absolute pivotal moment in this game.
Stay 9.
Here's Shyam. Thumping tackle by Tisanga Disanaika. They know they cannot afford to let Royal into their half to save their blushers. Fernando looks for Senanaika. They know they want another penalty. Straight in with the dive.
Right off feet.
Well, Trinity have to go for broke, don't they? Sudarshan, they are looking to the bench, asking for their option.
What are we doing?
But even for Sean Altaf, this is too far.
Shot called.
Well, things have changed dramatically in this game. Here's an opportunity for Sean Altaf to have the final say of the game. Can this young 17-year-old win it for Trinity? A hush goes around here at Pallekelle.
Well, Aman, the number 20 off the bench, diving into that ruck there. It's 55 meters. Does he have enough of his legs? Enough in his legs in the dying minutes of this game, where he's done a lot of running. The crowd will tell you.
And it's true! Sean Altaf wins the Bradby for Trinity College here at Pallekelle. 1921 was the first time Trinity met Royal. It took for 40 years for Royal to get their first win. The streak was broken. Royal came in with a 5-game streak, wanting to challenge Trinity's 6th unbeaten run. But here they are, the Trinitians winning the Bradby Shield after 2014 here at Pallekelle.
Abdullah Yusuf, it's not the first time in your Bradby career that a long-range penalty has upset the apple cart for Royal. What does it feel to watch the balls sailing over those posts in the final minutes?
Well, you can just see the relief on Fazil Marja's face. A 10-year hoodoo has been broken.
It's
came to the very final moment. Absolutely
unbelievable scenes
well
here.
For Trinity.
Unbelievable scenes at Pallekelle as a decade's worth of Trinitians pour out onto the pitch. Royal will hang their heads, but not in shame, because they have taken this right down to the wire in a game that they should probably think that they would have won. But nevertheless, they have provided outstanding entertainment over these two legs of the Bradby.
Well, if anybody had any doubt on who the player of the match was going to be, it was going to be one of the two first 5'8". But the younger one of the two says, I'll carry the team on my shoulders. Sean Altaf, the man of the year, the old Trinitian Sports Club, today is going to be buzzing. The rugby ball will go on till breakfast, and there will be a lot of dancing. Trinity College Kandy have done what they came for. They've made it 40-36 in the tally, and they will make sure that the Bradby stays where it was actually made, Shanika. 1941, when E.L. Bradby wanted to propose this when Royal won their first game after 40 years. 1945 was when the two teams met for the first time, which ended up as a draw. Here we are with Trinity laying claim to that piece of footwear that they so richly look forward to, and emotional scenes as Anu has got it to Akku.
Well, he is the captain and he will be lifting that trophy. Tisanga Disanaika has done his part on the field, but Anuhas Kodituakko has brought these boys here. And after what was a good start to their season, they went through a bit of a lean patch, had a few decisions that didn't go their way, but they have come back and capped their season off in style. Royal will take plenty of positives away from this game. They recovered and went into the front, and somehow just didn't have enough in the face of some real genius from this little man to put the game to bed.
Shanagar, I've been in this combox a couple of more times over the past couple of years. Had the good fortune to be part of a team, a Bradby winning team in 2006. And I tell you, this comes very, very close. Being able to call those final minutes when Trinity, when they thought it was getting away from them, really closing it out and making that statement. The Hills are alive. Back-to-back victories at Pallekelle. It's the Lions' Den. Royal College, extremely brilliant, coming out with the correct mentality here at Pallekelle. They were behind 1 point, but they played to their strengths. Unfortunately, the handling errors and the penalty count, yet again, not in their favor.
Absolutely, Royal will regret the fact that in both legs went into half-time with a, say, half-decent lead, but just haven't been able to hold on to it. Just played the game in the wrong parts of the field, you'd have to say. But having said that, take nothing away from Sean Altaf. 53-meter penalty. The Bradby is on the line. And that young man, cool as a cucumber, just executed it brilliantly to break a 10-year hoodoo.
Well, if you could bottle his mental strength and sell it in the shops, Abdullah, you'd be an absolute millionaire. What a kick. They looked to the bench. They knew it was a draw, so they knew they probably couldn't lose the Bradby. And that's close enough that they've come since 2016. But Sean Altaf said, let's go for a win. I trust myself. And let's do this. Fasil Marija gave the okay from the bench. And that's all he needed.
Well, one thing about streaks is that they ultimately come to an end. Royal came here with a 5 winning streak. Trinity came here not having won the Bradby for 9 long years. And these young lions comes in as you see that sacred shield alongside the Trinity crest. Congratulations, Trinity College, you've been wonderful. It has been a story of so very close, but not far enough for Trinity in the past couple of years. But these young men, despite the adversities that they had to face, despite the loss of their beloved teammate at the beginning of the season, despite the loss of their regular captain for both legs of the Bradby, these young men have put their hands up and said that shield will remain in Kandy.
Yes, a fitting tribute to Shabir Ahmed, passing away just before the start of the season. Really put a damper on Trinity's start. And then, of course, that injury to Anuhas Kodituakku, the captain. He may not have been part of the on-field 23, but that won't matter to him as he will go down in the record books as the captain who won the Bradby back. Spare a thought also for Tisanga Disanayaka, who did the hard work on the pitch, inspired no doubt by Anuhas, and who dragged the team along. You'd have to say that if you're looking at this game purely in rugby terms, Abdullah, that Trinity underperformed and they should have won this quite comfortably, and instead they have made a real go of it, brought it down to the wire, and I don't think there's any arguments here.
Yes, well, what you can say is two teams during the latter part of the season, the form trajectory was just going the opposite direction, isn't it? Royal started off the season brilliantly, but as season went on, just haven't been able to keep the same momentum going. Trinity, on the other hand, have slowly but surely built up and made it count when it really mattered during the latter part of the season. And in no small part to that man, Shan Altaf. Absolutely brilliant with the boot.
Well, he's going to be posing for a lot of selfies today, Abdullah Shan Altaf. And if I were a bartender in Kandy, I'd be doing my warm-ups because there's going to be plenty of running around to and fro in the hill capital. There's been a generation of Trinitians who haven't seen the Bradby brought forward in assembly. And Father Aralia, I'm sure, will be very pleased to be able to do that after a long lapse. But spare a thought for Tiven Pereira and this Royal College team, who took a Trinity College team right down to the wire, Abdallah, in a game that most people wrote them off on.
Yes, well, they were always going to come out and give a good fight. They most certainly did. And they definitely had their chances, but fortunately not being able to take them, while these lads most definitely did.
Well, if you felt the heat of that match, then chill out, folks. You can grab a Maliban lemon puff with real lemon and no artificial colors or flavors. Maliban lemon puff will keep you chilled all game long. Maliban lemon puff, chill when the lemon. Well, if you're wondering what Shan Altaf has a bite of at half time, it might be a Maliban lemon puff because he was as cool as a cucumber as he stepped up. And we were saying earlier on in the game, Abdullah, that the kicking has been absolutely impeccable from all these lads, from Yahya, from Farooq, and finally from Altaf, and it has been an absolute exhibition. Well, the Trinitians on the shoulders waving their tricolored flag, and that was the first points of the half. Ghosting through a little gap is Altaf's cut down by Serenayaka, who didn't roll away fast enough. And he knocks over that penalty as well. But how crucial was that conversion of Yabdahige's try? Here's a little bit of a knock on. Didn't matter because Farooq played that ball back again, and Yahya got himself a little isolated, and Yabdahige again going over the ball. He's had a mixed game, hasn't he? The winger Yabdahige. Couple of moments of fear as that penalty looked like it could be starting near the right upright. Thought that Royal got very close to putting the nail in the Trinity coffin here, but just knocked the ball on. But they went back, got the 3 points through the boot of Yahya. Easy does it from all these kickers. And this was where Royal gave away inside Trinity's own half. Aman diving into that ruck there like a swimming dive. Not the first time he's given away a penalty that has proved to be match deciding, and thumping over Shan Altaf. You can see the joy in the Trinity section of the pavilion. You can see Shan Altaf leading the cries of TRINITY, and those cries will ring loud across Pallekelle today as we go to the presentation.
One of the most exciting Bradbys ever. Ladies and gentlemen, give please these two under it round applause for entertaining all of us and giving their 100% on the field. I'd like to introduce, first before we start the proceedings, I'd like to thank our sponsors, for without whom we wouldn't be today at the 78th Bradby Shield. Life, Shockman and Samaravira, Aurelia Group, Montreal Consultants, Prima Kotami, Rallam Sports, Gilbert, Norfolk, Elephant House, and Ceylon Cold Stores. Going to our most awaited prize, I'd like to first introduce our dignitaries who are alongside us. Our chief guest, Mr. Manoj Jayatissa, the principal of Royal College Colombo, Mr. Tuera, the principal of Trinity College Kandy, Reverend Father Arleo Jasundar, the senior game of Royal College, Mr. Riyad Alwar, the director of sports of Trinity, Mr. Kihan Samarsekar. Firstly, before we give the Bradby Shield, I'd like to invite the principal of Royal College, Tilak Watueva, to present the 78th trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners for the 78th trophy, Trinity.
Check.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, boys. Award this final award, I'd like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Manoj Jayatissa, to present the coveted Bradby Shield. Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 Long! Yes! It's coming to Gandhi! It's Gandhi! I'd like to invite Anwar and the Sangha collect the Bradby Shield. Gentlemen, your winners of the 78th Bradby Shield, Trinity College, Kandy!
Epic scenes here at Pallekelle. They will be circling around the ground displaying the shield in case they've forgotten what it looks like.
We will first see Trinity get an opportunity to hoist that from the grandstand of Pallekelle as the two skippers alongside their team, their comrades who went into battle for Trinity. After the first leg of the Rugby Shield, the bus around the Trinity campus, that we won the fight. The war's not over. But here's Trinity up on that beautiful grandstand, ready to hoist the Bradby that has been won here at Pallekelle after 10 long years. In 2014, it was Narinder Ratwate who won it. Here on at the 78th Bradby Shield, it is Anuhaskoditu and Tisanga Disanaika who lifts us up at the grandstand of Pallekelle as they will celebrate long into the night here in Kandy. For all of you who make the joke of Kandy being shut down by 7, let me guarantee, even if you are in Colombo, make your way, because even after you reach Kandy, there'll be plenty of partying to do. Incredible moments here in Pallekelle.
Hasn't happened for a long time, and they're certainly going to enjoy the moment here at Pallekelle. Anuhaskoditu asks for a bit of quiet, and he counts them in, and the Bradby is held aloft by the captain. Suffered a debilitating knee injury, just weeks away from the Bradby. Lasithat Tanagoda passes it on to his coaches.
Sanushka Begunavardhana, who's done that as a player, really getting another opportunity. He'll be a proud man. Tarak Algamar, the conditioning coach of the outfit. And how can you forget the experience of Viraj Prasanda and Fasil Maritza. His second season here at Trinity College wins them the Bradby. He is a legend in his own right.
That's
now
Viraj.
rewriting his legend on a different page of this book of Sri Lankan rugby.
Well, it's not every brilliant player that goes on to become a brilliant coach. And I think it's too early in Fazil's coaching career for us to give him those accolades. But what he has achieved here with this team, being able to eke out that win under trying circumstances after Royal went ahead and looked for all money like they'd wrap the game up, that was really a moment of brilliance. and he knew when to make the substitutions. And I think those two substitutions that they made early on in that game, bringing on Watagoda and bringing on Kumarasinghe, that made a big change in the way the forwards competed at the breakdown and kept pushing Royal back.
The whole squad are getting their opportunity. Some have never seen that Bradby shield being hoisted here at Pallekelle throughout their school career. Last time Tarin Ratwat won this, the lads who are playing their last year was in grade 4, Shanaka. But now they've written their own history. Here they would have inspired the next generation of Trinitians to take up the game, to be able to dominate the game. What incredible scenes.
Well, I haven't seen Pallekelle like this in a long, long time. They are really enjoying the moment. Spare a thought for the visiting fans who will go back and drown their sorrows, no doubt, and make the trip worthwhile. But what they can pat themselves on the back for was that it was an outstanding game of rugby, and Royal ran a favoured Trinity outfit right down to the last. And it was one of the most entertaining, memorable Bradbys that we've seen in a long, long time.
Fazil Marija having marshaled his troops. The troops are now calling for him to come up and hoist that shield. Key stats: Trinity 25 to Royals 23. 1 try for Trinity, 2 for Royal, but that penalty count. Take a look at that, and that is why Trinity are going to keep the Bradby shield at home. Fazil Marija hoists it up. I'm sure he's had wonderful memories and moments as a player, but from what he's told, he's going to treasure this one, and this one is going to have a special place in his heart.
Well, it doesn't matter what school you're from, everyone who loves rugby loves the Bradby. And I'm sure Fazil would have grown up watching it, and now he's a part of it. But boy, didn't he make things difficult for himself and his team. That was the most stressed I've ever seen him in 20 years of watching him play since he played for Kingswood and Kandy and Sri Lanka. But what a moment today was. Here it is, the overall Bradby statistics. Trinity 25 points, winning by a 2-point gap over a gallant Royal outfit. 77 tackles made to 39 tackles by Royal. 12 penalties conceded by Royal to the 7 by Trinity today. Lineouts, 10 of them won. I thought Manula was outstanding in the Trinity lineout. Royal disrupting a few, but Royal winning 8 lineouts as well. 3 turnovers. I thought Trinity could perhaps have competed at the breakdown a little bit more, but it's those handling errors that really disrupted both teams and prevented more tries from being scored in a game that was asking and begging for tries.
Trinity College, I think that superior effort when it comes to tackling and defensive work, doing them very good work, and that's the magic number. Number 40, Trinity, the first team to achieve 40. Many would have doubted after Royal's impressive run, but not here, not today, and not at Pallekelle. 78th Bradby Shield winners, Trinity College Kandy. What an incredible performance by the young Trinitians, holding their nerve, keeping them in the fight. The summary, the formula was easy, as we see the 2014 team taking a selfie just beneath us on the comm box. They must be absolutely relieved to be the last Rugby winning Trinity team.
78 played, 76 results, and 2 have been drawn. Trinity hit that magic 40 number. Royal will leave it till next year to start their catch-up. Well, that has been an outstanding 70 minutes of rugby from us. And I think we might just have the last man to lift this trophy in the commentary box momentarily to tell us what this might feel like as Tarinder Ratwatta fights his way past many well-wishers into the commentary box. And the man who last won this in 2014 has had that long lean run broken by Anuhas Kodituaku. Mr. Tarinder Ratwatta, what does it feel like after 10 years of waiting?
Thank God it's over.
Well said, Tari, but what a game, eh?
And Shahan Altaf, what a talent. What a talent Shahan Altaf is. It all credit has to be given to the entire coaching staff, the entire school, and most importantly the boys. What an effort, what a game. It was fabulous.
It really was a fantastic game. Thanks so much for joining us in this commentary box. Tarinder, we know you want to run out and go and be with your friends, but tell us finally, what does it feel like for this shield to come back to Pallekelle?
Man, I can't even put it into words. I'm getting emotional trying to think about it, what this means for college. Again, thanks guys for bringing it back. Let's try and keep it for the next 10 years is ours.
How brilliant. Trinity's not so last Bradby winning skipper. Tarinder wanted that tag to go away from him for the longest time, but finally you're not the last Bradby winning skipper, Tari. Incredible by Anuhas Kodituaku and Tisanka Disanaika, and the shield stays at Trinity, and Trinity notch up the 40th Bradby win in the series.
Well, thanks very much, but that is the end of the broadcast from us to you. We've enjoyed bringing this game to you on the Papare.com. You can see that the Trinitians are enjoying it. I hope I make it out of the commentary box in one piece. Thanks very much for joining us. From Sudarshana Piris, Abdullah Yusuf and myself, it's goodbye from Pallekelle.
හිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill venna lemon
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Scrum down at the Dubai Rugby Sevens. Feel the adrenaline rush with thrilling Sevens games, indulge in top-notch rugby entertainment and tackle a variety of sporting activities. Fly to Dubai on an exclusive Emirates Holidays package inclusive of a 3-day pass starting at 275,000 rupees only from Aiken Spence Travels. Call Aiken Spence Travels now.
It is my vision that wakes me up, not my alarm. I make mistakes, but I will never be defeated.
My biggest competitor is myself.
Vibe account from Commercial Bank for the youth who think beyond limits.
Beautiful outside and inside.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
Swistek Aquashield 2K waterproofer seal කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Scrum down at the Dubai Rugby Sevens. Feel the adrenaline rush with thrilling Sevens games, indulge in top-notch rugby entertainment and tackle a variety of sporting activities. Fly to Dubai on an exclusive Emirates Holidays package inclusive of a 3-day pass starting at 275,000 rupees only from Aiken Spence Travels. Call Aiken Spence Travels now.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk or call 0117 756 756. Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Right, right. Studies ikai jobs deka tuna karanna.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Hot and spicy fun vibe with the karanga. Beat the remake karanga tevinna. Hada with the power ayana give me a fashion karanga. Fun turana kottumi kikke korenga. Prima kottumi fun tamai.
හිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill when a lemon.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One? Wait, really? Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Beautiful outside and inside.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One? Wait, really? Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One? Wait, really? Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk.
Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Right. Studies, jobs,
Real energy for real life. Ride. NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
inside.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Hamasitakma pipide, rasa lemon rasa ye. Jeevithayama mihirai, Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Chill when